There are 7 continents and 5 oceans on our planet. The continents are the huge land masses that separated by the waters of the oceans. The 7 continents on our planet are Africa, Asia, Europe, North America and South America, and Oceania, Australia. Traveling is an amazing way to learn a lot of things in life. A lot of people around the world travel every year to many places. Moreover, it is important to travel for humans. Some travel to learn more, while some travel to take a break from their life. No matter the reason, traveling opens a big door for us to explore the world beyond our imagination and indulge in many things. There are a lot of reasons to travel. Some people travel for fun, while some do it for educational purposes. Similarly, others have business reasons to travel. In order to travel, one must first get an idea of their financial situation and then proceed. Understanding your own reality helps people make good travel decisions. If people give enough opportunities to travel, they set out on the journey. People going on educational tours get a first-hand experience of everything they've read in the text. Similarly, people who travel for fun get to experience and indulge in refreshing things which may serve as a stress reducer in their lives. The culture, architecture, cuisine, and more of the place can open our mind to new things.
Welcome to Africa. There are 54 countries in this really wild continent, which is the oldest in the world, and the place where the human race began. In Morocco, we'll sway to the music of the snake charmers as they hypnotize snakes and make them dance. Or maybe we'll be cool cats in Egypt. The ancient Egyptians thought of cats as mythical and sacred creatures. The ancient Egyptian word for cat was pronounced meow. We can check out the beach at Gabon's Loango National Park, and we might see hippos body surfing in the waves. Then we'll dive down underwater for the undersea walk in Mauritius and walk among the coral reefs. We'll need our biggest muscles to compete with Africa's strongest creature, the dung beetle, which can pull 1,141 times its own body weight. That's the same as you pulling 6 double-decker buses. Ouch!
Now let's dive into our exciting itinerary. Begin our South Africa adventure in captivating Cape Town, renowned for its stunning beaches and iconic Table Mountain. Explore the lively V&A waterfront, South Africa's oldest harbor, where sea lions play and the Table Mountain forms a picturesque backdrop. Discover the history of Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela was once imprisoned, on a tour led by a former political prisoner. Stroll through the vibrant streets of Bucap, known for its colorful Cape Malay Quarter and charming Cape Dutch houses, steeped in Dutch colonial history. As the day winds down, unwind at Camps Bay, a picturesque beach nestled against the 12 Apostles mountain range. Relax on the palm-lined shores, sink your toes into the white sand, and witness the breathtaking sunset over the Atlantic Ocean. Experience Cape Town's allure with Table Mountain as its breathtaking backdrop. Hike or take the cable car for an unforgettable encounter with this natural wonder. Explore the indigenous fynbos, spot dassies, and soak in panoramic views on the popular Platteklip Gorge route. At the summit, enjoy easy trails with 360-degree views of the city and the Cape Peninsula. Descend via the Table Mountain Aerial Cableway, offering epic views and a rotating floor. Whether you hike or ride, Table Mountain promises an immersive experience in Cape Town's natural beauty. To delve deeper into Cape Town's essence, explore the townships or informal settlements that bear visible scars from the apartheid era when non-whites were forcibly displaced from their homes. Embark on a township cycling tour in Masifumilele, located at the outskirts of Kumiki. This immersive experience allows you to engage with locals, understand their lives, and build connections. Savor traditional meals like pap and braai at a local eatery and have the opportunity to visit Asangoma. It is an incredibly eye-opening experience that it is highly recommended. Exploring the townships with a responsible approach can foster understanding, support the local community, and provide invaluable insights into the complex history and resilience of Cape Town's residents. On your fourth day, you can rent a car or join a guided tour to embark on a scenic drive to the Cape Peninsula, the southwesternmost point of Africa. As you journey along the cliff-hugging road, marvel at the breathtaking views of Table Mountain and the Atlantic Ocean. Explore charming fishing villages like Cock Bay and Simonstown, where you can encounter African penguins at Boulders Beach. Hike along cliff trails to reach the Cape Point Lighthouse and enjoy panoramic ocean vistas. On your return, drive through scenic spots like Scarborough and Noordhoek, culminating in Chapman's Peak Drive, offering stunning views of the bay and the chance to spot sea lions and sharks. Explore the scenic Cape Winelands on your last day in Cape Town. Tour renowned wine estates by car or e-bike, enjoying tastings along the way. Don't miss Stellenbosch, a picturesque town which is nearby Franschhoek if you have extra time. Visit Spear Wine Farm, an ancient winery with a rich art collection. Taste exquisite wines at Peter Falk Wine in the Grand Lay Estate, housed in the beautiful Cape Dutch buildings. Take the vintage Franschhoek wine tram for a unique experience, visiting up to 5 wineries in a day. Remember to book in advance. Savor the beauty and flavors of the Cape Winelands before bidding farewell to Cape Town. Fly to Johannesburg, South Africa's largest city, from Cape Town for around $70 each way. Don't skip Johannesburg as it offers insightful museums and historical sites that are essential to understanding South Africa's history. Note the importance of safety precautions in the city. Visit the Apartheid Museum to gain a deep understanding of the apartheid era. Book a guided tour in advance for an emotional and eye-opening experience. Explore Soweto Township, the epicenter of South Africa's history. Visit Vilakazi Street, home to Nelson Mandela and Desmond Tutu. Don't miss the Hector Peterson Museum. And in the evening, dine at the Carnivore Restaurant in Muldersdrift for an authentic African barbecue experience. Remember to make a reservation in advance. Embark on an early morning adventure to the Cradle of Humankind, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and the birthplace of humankind. Explore the Maropeng Visitor Center, home to the very first hominid fossil discovered in 1924. Discover the Sterkfontein Caves and marvel at the fascinating finds like Mrs. Pless and Littlefoot, significant pre-human remains. The World Heritage Site also encompasses the Lion and Safari Park, a vast 1,000-hectare sanctuary. Enjoy a guided game drive or observe wildlife in your rented vehicle. Alternatively, join a day tour for a comprehensive experience of this remarkable destination. Experience the African bushveld and encounter the Big Five at Welgevinden, a private reserve just 3 hours from Johannesburg. With limited vehicle access, this intimate reserve offers concentrated wildlife sightings. Stay a minimum of 2 nights for 2 daily game drives. Welgevinden is home to over 50 mammal species, including the Big Five, giraffes, zebras, and cheetahs. It boasts one of Africa's largest populations of white rhinos, a testament to their anti-poaching efforts. Discover the wonders of Welgevinden and witness the incredible wildlife in action. Kruger National Park is the ultimate highlight of your South Africa trip. It's the largest and most popular national park, offering incredible wildlife watching opportunities. With its high density of wildlife, including the Big Five and diverse bird species, Kruger provides unforgettable experiences. Spend at least 3 nights here to enjoy unique game drives and consider booking guided tours for expert animal spotting. As your incredible 2-week South Africa journey concludes, it's time to head back to Johannesburg from Kruger National Park, which is approximately a 6-hour drive. Remember to allocate sufficient time to reach the airport and catch your flight home. To ensure a well-rested stay before your departure, we recommend considering an airport hotel. Key airports in South Africa are Cape Town International Airport and OR Tambo International Airport. South African Airways is the national carrier providing connections to major global cities. This itinerary starts and ends in Cape Town. Flights from New York to Cape Town via Istanbul cost around $750 return. European travelers can fly directly from London to Nairobi for approximately $550 return. Renting a car is the ideal way to travel in South Africa. The roads are well maintained with English signage. Affordable car rental options are available, starting from $200 for a 2-week trip. You can even enjoy self-drive safaris in certain parks and reserves. Rent a car at the airport in Cape Town and Johannesburg for convenience. Fly between Cape Town and Johannesburg for quick and affordable travel. Mango Airlines offers some of the cheapest flights with prices as low as $70. If you're heading to Kruger National Park, consider flying from Johannesburg to Nelspruit on Airlink for a 40-minute journey instead of a 6-hour road trip. South Africa offers year-round travel opportunities with varying climates and wildlife experiences in different regions. For optimal big game viewing, the best time to visit is from May to September, during the cooler winter months in the northern regions like Johannesburg. If you prefer hot and dry weather, the summer months from November to February are ideal, especially along the southern coast near Cape Town. For whale watching in the Cape, the best time is between July and November. Overall, South Africa has something to offer throughout the year, so plan your visit based on the specific region and experiences you desire.
Welcome to Europe. Did you know that this cool continent contains the world's biggest country and the smallest one too? Let's take a look around. We'll have to be extra brave to try Kiking in Estonia, where competitors try to turn 360 degrees on a giant swing. Whee! But we can really feel the music in Finland at the International Air Guitar Championship. Things are getting a little spooky at Bran Castle in Romania. This is supposedly the home of Count Dracula, the most famous vampire in the world. Venice, Italy is known as the Floating City. It is connected by more than 150 canals. Ready to glide into the sunset on a gondola?
Itinerary 1. Western Europe. If you've never been to Europe and are hoping to fit in as much as you can, this tour is for you. Start your trip in Paris. This classic European city is popular with tourists and locals alike. Spend at least a few days here visiting iconic sites such as the Louvre Art Museum or the Eiffel Tower, and unwinding with a pastry at a sidewalk cafe. Paris is a city with a thriving culture you'll want to immerse yourself in, so don't rush your time in this French city. After experiencing the rich culture and history of Paris, head to Luxembourg. Spend some time exploring the old quarter of this small European country. This historic neighborhood is a UNESCO World Heritage Site in itself, and is a winding maze of cobblestone alleyways and stone structures that you could spend days exploring. The Bach casements are another unique historic site in Luxembourg. It's a 10th century fortress, and the casements in question are storage areas for military weapons and other equipment. Although the Treaty of London ordered the fortress to be destroyed in an effort to ease tensions, the casements remain and were actually opened to the public in 1933 as a bomb shelter. You can visit today to learn about this historic site. After you get your fill of Luxembourg, continue on to Brussels. The city in Belgium is known for many things that you can spend your time exploring, but one of the most popular is its food. Waffles, chocolate, fries, and beer are all especially good when you try them in Belgium. And the country offers its own twist on these things you might think you're familiar with already, so be sure to give them a try when you're visiting. Make sure you spend at least one day in Belgium visiting Bruges. This can be a great day trip from Brussels, and you can spend your time wandering the picturesque streets. It's also a great place for traveling by boat. After all, Bruges is known as the Venice of the North. From Brussels, head to Cologne. Spend a day wandering through the German Chocolate Museum or the National Sports Museum. Two very different institutions, but they both will give you a glimpse into the city's culture. After 4 or 5 days in Cologne, you can venture onwards to Dusseldorf. This city is the capital of North Rhine-Westphalia, which is the most populous state in the country. Experience the city by taking a stroll on the Rheinufer Promenade. this river walk is best experienced at sunset. You can head to the Old Town area to try out any of the hundreds of bars and restaurants that call the neighborhood home. The Rhine Tower stands high above the city, offering incredible views from the observation deck or from the revolving restaurant. Next, head west to Frankfurt. Stop by the Ruhmeberg, a square lined with medieval buildings. You can stop at one of the many sidewalk cafes for lunch or simply admire the grandeur of this historic space. Art buffs will love a chance to explore the Stadel Museum as it hosts many 12th century works of art. The structure itself is historic as it was built in the 1800s. You can easily spend a few days exploring this museum and the many others that make up the city's museum district. Itinerary 2: The Balkans. The Balkans are a group of countries in Eastern and Central Europe that are well worth a trip. Start your Balkans adventure in Albania. This country is not often high enough on European travel bucket lists, but it should be. Full of interesting cultural landmarks, UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and a fantastic outdoor landscape, there is something for every type of traveler here. Head to the city of Shkodra for a few days and visit the Rozafa Castle. The coastline of Albania also features beautiful beaches which are well worth a visit. After a few days in Albania, you can continue to Skopje, North Macedonia. The city is known for its eclectic collection of statues that are scattered throughout the various neighborhoods. You can also spend time visiting the Old Bazaar, a 12th century marketplace that is still operating to this day. You can grab some fresh food or a souvenir to mark your time in this incredible place. From Skopje, head east to find the Bulgarian city of Sofia. There are plenty of historic sites to explore, but you'll be especially pleased if you're a fan of the cultural arts. The city is home to legendary institutions such as the National Opera and Ballet of Bulgaria, the National Palace of Culture, the National Archaeological Museum, and the Serdica Amphitheater. From Bulgaria, head to Bucharest, Romania. This fantastic city is known for its architectural marvels and is known for having some of the fastest internet speeds in the world thanks to its huge concentration of IT companies. That said, you won't want to spend time browsing the internet when you have the city of Bucharest to explore. Next, spend some time in Montenegro. The coastal region of this country is located in the Lustica Peninsula and is home to the incredible Blue Grotto. This sea cave exists in such a way that the sunlight reflects off of the sandy ocean floor and creates a stunning effect inside the cave. When you enter, you'll be amazed by the iridescent blue waters inside. Montenegro also has several other beaches, about 117 in total. Spend some time relaxing here before traveling onwards. Finish your Balkans adventure in Dubrovnik, a coastal city in Croatia. This historic city is recognizable to many as it was used as the filming location for King's Landing in the hit HBO television show Game of Thrones. Even if you're not a fan of the show, there are several incredible historic sites to visit and tours you can take to learn about the history of the city. Itinerary 3: Alpine Adventure. The Alps are one of the most magnificent mountain ranges in the world, and if you're planning to spend a month in Europe, why not spend it exploring some of the Alpine countries? Start in Switzerland, where you can explore small, picturesque towns and soak in some truly remarkable views. There are several train routes that allow you to travel through the region, but if you have the chance to ride on the Glacier Express, then you should. The Glacier Express offers large windows covering the sides and the top of the train that allows passengers to get a truly unique view of the region. From Switzerland, head to Monaco. Many don't think of Monaco when they're planning a vacation through the Alps, but this country is a significant part of the region. Like with many other places in the area, you can find some unique opportunities to ski, cycle, and participate in other outdoor activities. Monaco lies on the coast, so you can also try your hand at sailing or other water activities. This country is also famous for its opulent casinos. After several days in Monaco, head to Italy. The Italian portion of the Alps lies on the northern tip of the country and is quite a distance from Rome, the Amalfi Coast, and the other famous Italian locations you might also want to visit. That said, you can easily take an excursion towards the southern part of the country. One of the highlights of the Italian Alps is Lake Como. This thriving resort area has been a famed getaway for centuries and provides stunning views and ample opportunities to relax and unwind. Next, head to the portion of the Alps that lie in the country of Liechtenstein. You can spend a few days here exploring the medieval castles, picturesque villages, and beautiful mountains before heading to Austria. There are plenty of grand palaces, beautiful gardens, and historic structures that you can tour to learn more about the country. If you're interested in outdoor activities, you'll have plenty of options to explore the stunning landscape while hiking, skiing, cycling, and more. There you have it, 3 of our favorite itineraries that will let you absorb the best of Europe in 1 month.
Welcome to Asia, a continent that's spicy and sweet at the same time, with a whole lot of history too. We can spend the night stargazing from a yurt in Kyrgyzstan out on the wild and windy steppe. Yuck! What's that smell? It must be the Malaysian Rafflesia flower. This monster bloom is the biggest in the world, but it's known for its smell of rotting meat. Let's jump in a rickshaw in Bangladesh and speed away. There are more than 300,000 of these on the streets of the capital city. It's time to head for the heights in Hong Kong at the annual Bun Festival for Buddha's birthday. Climbers take on a huge tower of sticky buns. Could you make it to the top? And we're sure to feel on top of the world, watching the sunset from Dubai's Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building.
When planning a trip to Thailand, it can be challenging to know how best to spend your time. There's so much to do in this country. Which cities should you visit? Should you go to the islands? Is it hard to get around? To help you plan, we've laid out our exact itinerary for the 27 days we spent in Thailand. You can easily spend 2 weeks to a month in Thailand, but even if you don't have that much time, you can easily pick and pull the parts of our trip that look most interesting and include them in your own trip. Our journey began with a 5-day stay in Bangkok, the largest city in Thailand. Bangkok has 2 airports, and since we flew a short distance from Taiwan, we flew into the smaller airport, DMK. For longer international flights, you'll probably fly into BKK, located on the east side of the city. Bangkok is a giant city, so it can be tough to figure out exactly where to stay. After a bit of YouTube watching and blog reading, we decided to reserve an Airbnb on the west side of the city, closer to the backpacker area, not far from Khao San Road. For transportation from the airport to our hotel, we opted for a standard taxi. And from our personal experience, we would not recommend this. It was somewhat of an uncomfortable experience, especially as you're entering an unfamiliar country. First of all, our driver didn't want to use the taxi meter, so we had to debate in the parking lot for like 10 minutes, and then tried to squeeze more money out of us at the end with fake fees. Instead, we recommend downloading the Grab app. It's like Uber for Southeast Asia, and it seems to be available in all larger cities. It's typically very affordable, you'll get much cleaner cars that have seatbelts. You do pay in cash, but the app provides the final price to both you and the driver, so no haggling at all. For the next 4 days, we explored the neighborhoods around our Airbnb. It's a very walkable city, so we were able to use our feet and the canal boat transportation system to check out major sites like the reclining Buddha and Waterun. Your hotel or Airbnb host can provide information on how to ride the canal boats, but it was pretty easy. In terms of food, Bangkok is well known for its street food. However, being vegan, there weren't a ton of options. Good thing Bangkok is filled with lots of chill vegan restaurants. Our favorites were Ethos, May Katie's, and Mango. 5 days zoomed by pretty quick, and it was time for us to head south to Surat Thani. We chose Surat Thani because we wanted to visit one of the many national parks in Thailand, and the one we chose was Khao Sak National Park. We booked all of our flights within Thailand on AirAsia. They had incredible service, and all of the flights were on time for this entire month. Each one-way ticket costs an average of $50 US. Just make sure your carry-on bag weighs less than 7 kgs, or around 15 pounds, or they will charge quite a hefty fee if it's overweight. Check out our video about what we packed for Thailand to see which bags we used and how we packed. We were only questioned once for Karen's large backpack, which was tipping the limit. After our quick 1-hour flight, we arrived at the Surat Thani airport. We chose to rent a car to drive to the national park rather than taking a bus or a taxi. We pre-booked the car online through Priceline, so the process was quick and easy at the airport Avis. The price per day was around $23 with unlimited miles. Since they drive on the other side of the road, I was a little nervous at first because I hadn't done that before, but after hopping on the freeway, it really wasn't difficult at all. Surat Thani is not very population dense, so it was mostly driving on open roads. After renting a car, we headed inland for a 2.5-hour drive to Khao Sok National Park. The drive was absolutely gorgeous, cruising through sections of the oldest evergreen rainforest in the world. Since we wanted an authentic jungle experience, we booked a room at a resort where you could sleep in rustic huts. It was a notch or two up from traditional camping, so we did get our fair share of mosquitoes and oversized bugs crawling around, but it was eco-friendly and had amazing Thai dinners, and the price was pretty budget-friendly. There were many options for rooms in the area, but we definitely suggest booking ahead of time. Some of the places were sold out. Khao Sok Park offers a variety of activities like hiking, swimming, elephant washing, so be sure to read about those ahead of time. We did a boat tour through the jungle, which was about a 45-minute drive from the resort, and this is why we're big fans of renting cars in foreign countries. A lot of freedom and accessibility. They did have buses available at our resort, but we prefer to just go out on our own pace and at our own schedule. After 3 days in the jungle, we were ready to check out a Thai island. We chose Koh Phangan as it was monsoon season for the western islands, which meant better weather on the Gulf side. Koh Phangan has less resorts and is less expensive than Koh Samui, but not quite as remote as Koh Tao. So we woke up early in the morning and drove back to Surat Thani Airport, dropped off the rental car, and purchased combo tickets at the airport for a bus transfer to the Don Sok ferry port and a ferry ride over to Koh Phangan Island. There was no need to book these ahead of time, which was great. We just showed up at the counter at the airport and purchased our combo tickets for around 15 USD each. The bus transfer from Surat Thani to the ferry port was about 1 hour long, and the ferry to Koh Phangan took about 3 hours. Once we were on the island, we hopped in the back of a local truck taxi called the Song Tao, and we made our way inland to a yoga retreat at Wonderland Healing Center. Here we spent 5 days on a yoga retreat, practicing yoga and eating a delicious vegan buffet. Wonderland is the most budget-friendly and all-inclusive yoga resort that you can find. With 1 more week left on Koh Phangan after the retreat, we decided to stay on the northwest side of the island, away from the full moon parties and the more touristy areas. We took a taxi to our hotel, which was right next to Hod Sun Beach. We rented a scooter from our hotel, which most of the hotels have scooters available for rent, and it was an easy way to get around the island. Highly suggest getting a scooter since the streets aren't the easiest for walking long distances because there are a lot of hills and dangerous sharp corners. After a week, it was time to head back to the mainland, so we grabbed a taxi to the ferry port. We planned on taking the same traditional ferry that we took to get to the island, but due to the weather conditions, the ferries were delayed and being canceled. The ferry operator suggested that we take a high-speed catamaran instead. It was a little more expensive, about 25 USD per person, but we arrived in just 1.5 hours, so we thought it was worth it. Back on the mainland, we boarded large buses and headed to the airport to take our next flight. The bus was also included in the catamaran price, which made it much easier for everyone. They've got a really fast and efficient system of transportation for tourists. Back at Surat Thani Airport, this time heading up north to Chiang Mai. One thing we loved about traveling on these little flights throughout Asia is how efficient everything is at the airport. In the US, it seems like traveling domestically even is such a pain. There are flights canceled, long security lines. However, for our entire month-long trip, we had 0 delayed flights and we never had to wait in lines for more than 10 minutes. It was great. Once in Chiang Mai and having learned our lessons with taxis, we called a Grab. Best app in Southeast Asia, hands down. For the next 6 days, we stayed in an Airbnb in the Neiman district. Walking around the first night, it was shocking how modern and hip Chiang Mai is. For some reason, I was expecting some kind of small mountain village. Instead, it's a relatively busy city with tons of modern bars and restaurants. We toured the city, ate a lot, and took a few vegan cooking classes before wrapping up our Thailand trip. Overall, an absolutely incredible country to visit on your next holiday. Delicious food, stunning landscapes, friendly smiles, and as you can see, fantastic transportation options. We'll update you on how our itinerary goes for future trips where we plan to take things a little more rural. Hope this helps with your trip planning, and happy travels to you.
Welcome to North America, including 23 countries from the icy north of Canada to the tropical beaches of the Caribbean and everything in between. There's loads to see and do. Let's begin in the Bahamas. It was the first country that European explorer Christopher Columbus saw through his telescope during his voyage in 1492. Chow down on a hamburger in the USA, where the tasty snack was invented. 40 billion are chomped every year. Millions of beautiful monarch butterflies fly 2,500 miles each year from Canada to Mexico. But if we head down to the town of Lloro in Honduras, we might see fish falling from the sky.
Get ready for the ultimate American adventure. In the next 7 days, we'll take you on a whirlwind tour from the East Coast to the West, exploring iconic cities, breathtaking national parks, and the dazzling lights of Las Vegas. Are you ready for the trip of a lifetime? Let's dive in. Day 1 to 2, New York City. Start your journey in the heart of America, New York City. Take a bite out of the Big Apple. Immerse yourself in the neon glow of Times Square. Stand in awe beneath the Statue of Liberty. Stroll through the iconic Central Park. This is the city that never sleeps, so make the most of it. Day 3 to 4, Washington, D.C. Next, experience the seat of power, Washington, D.C. Marvel at the White House. Explore the nation's history at the Lincoln Memorial. You'll get a unique sense of America's past, present, and future. Day 5, Grand Canyon National Park. Trade skyscrapers for canyons. Fly from the East Coast to the majestic Grand Canyon National Park. Day 6, Las Vegas. Get ready for the bright lights. Endless excitement of Las Vegas. Marvel at the Bellagio fountains. Indulge in spectacular shows and unforgettable nightlife. Days 7 to 8, Los Angeles and San Francisco. Your final stop, the Golden Coast of California. Split your time between Los Angeles and San Francisco. In LA, feel like a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Soak up the sun on iconic beaches. Then, in San Francisco, ride a historic cable car. Discover the beauty of the Golden Gate Bridge. And wander the charming streets of this vibrant city. From the electrifying East Coast to the sun-kissed West. This jam-packed itinerary has shown you just a taste of the incredible diversity America has to offer. We hope this journey has inspired you to explore more. Until next time, happy travels!
Welcome to South America, a land of forests and mountains, crazy carnivals, and amazing animals. It's a great place for an adventure. 80% of the mighty Amazon rainforest is found in Brazil. Did you know that this dense jungle is home to millions of species of insects and animals? It's time to travel from the jungle to the clouds. La Paz in Bolivia is the world's highest capital city. Clouds have been seen in people's houses. We'll have to cover our ears in Paraguay because the bare-throated bellbird has one of nature's loudest calls. It can be heard over a mile away. Our taste buds will be tingling in Venezuela, where an ice cream parlor has more than 860 varieties, including tomato, garlic, and macaroni and cheese. Delicious! Now let's visit the mysterious Moai on Easter Island. No one knows why these giant heads were built. Will they tell us their secrets?
This trip has been so amazing.
The itinerary is so rich. Every day you think, well, today will be kind of a down day. No, that next day is better than the day before.
Gate 1's Kaleidoscope of South America begins in Santiago, the energetic capital of Chile. We then fly to Chile's Lake District, staying in the scenic village of Puerto Varas. Then we journey by boat and land into Argentina's Patagonia to stay in the beautiful town of Bariloche. Next, we fly to the cosmopolitan city of Buenos Aires, known as the Paris of South America for its elegance and vibrant culture. We then fly to one of the natural wonders of the world, Iguazu Falls, before ending the tour with a stay in Rio de Janeiro. This tour lets you explore the best of 3 countries while giving you the time to fully immerse yourself in the culture, cuisine, and incredible natural beauty of South America.
Santiago, it's a very special city because we have plenty things to offer. We're going to the old part of Santiago, which is going to be the palace from the government, then the main square with the cathedral and all the important buildings since the Spanish Empire.
People really enjoyed the contrast of Santiago, as well as tasting their wine and their fish as well. We have the chance to visit a winery.
That was so interesting. The history of the vineyard, the gardens there, and the wine was superb.
We are going to one of the most pristine regions in the world, the unique Patagonia. We're going to be having the chance to stay on the Chilean Patagonia, visiting Puerto Varas, a little village by the lake.
Puerto Varas was just beautiful, coming in on the bus from the airport when you saw the snow-capped mountains. That was where we stayed at the Lakefront Hotel. It's just amazing.
That lake transfer we have from Puerto Varas to Bariloche, that was one of a kind.
Crossing the Andes is not only crossing the Andes, because on this tour we will sail the Andes.
To see the clouds and then the mountains and the water being turquoise or emerald, it couldn't be more perfect. It couldn't be more perfect.
One of the cities that we visit is Bariloche. It's a magical place by a beautiful lake.
You have to get chocolate because there's a chocolate store on every corner.
We have tours taking them to Campanario Hill by a chairlift to get beautiful views of Bariloche and the connection of all the different lakes. It's a landscape that a lot of people compare it to Switzerland.
I mean, this is gorgeous. We're surrounded by lakes and snow-capped mountains. What more to like, you know?
Bienvenidos, Gate 1. Well, Buenos Aires, I am from this city, so I love it so much.
This is a very exciting city, one of the most cultural capital of South America, with beautiful architecture, great food, great wine.
During the tour of Buenos Aires, we have the chance to visit Central Square, known as Plaza de Mayo, where the Pink Palace is located. We go to this place known as La Boca, the most colorful neighborhoods of Buenos Aires, where artists are gathering to sell paintings, sculptures.
And so you can go there and enjoy walking among these very nice streets. There's the street vendors, you can buy some street art.
And ending with the visit of the cemetery, that a lot of people wonder why we go to a cemetery on holidays, and they finally are amazed by this place that looks like an open-air museum. 5,000 mausoleums waiting for us in the Recoleta Cemetery, including the Eva Perón Mausoleum as well.
Tango and Buenos Aires, they go together. The tango lessons for us as part of the tour, that was a hoot, that was great fun, a lot of giggles there.
I am not a dancer, and I couldn't believe how much fun I had. And then, of course, with the show afterwards, when we saw the real tango dancers, I mean, we all laughed and said, I could do that, which, of course, we couldn't, but it was so much fun.
It was an over-the-top experience. 14 performers on the stage, 5 up above in the balcony, musicians, It was a night that you'll never forget. That was way cool.
Bienvenido a Argentina.
The Argentinian beef. If you talk to Argentinians, they will tell you that is the tenderest in the world.
We have the chance to spend the day in a family ranch.
Over there, we have the chance to see these gauchos, characters of our pampas, our countryside. So we see how they cook our barbecue, asado.
And you're going to be having the chance to horseback ride, enjoy a very nice barbecue with good wine, and also be in touch with the gauchos and their life in the pampas.
My favorite spot on this trip to South America was today. I really, really wanted to see Iguazu, and it surpassed my expectations.
I don't know how a person could take enough photos of Iguazu Falls. It's just so much to see. The part that you're missing when you look at a photo of Iguazu Falls is the sound.
It's hard to describe what we saw today in Iguazu. We started down low, which is where you have to start. And then you can see it, and it just spreads farther and farther and farther. And then you climb, and then you get to the edge. And when you get to the edge, you realize just how powerful all that water is. I can't describe it other than wow.
Rio is a combination of a very friendly city, beautiful beaches, and great rainforest. In Rio, we are going to take the train. I'm going to take us up on the hill. We are going to be seeing all Rio de Janeiro from the Christ Redeemer, how he is like embracing the city.
What do you think?
We'll continue our tour going to the Sugarloaf Mountain, where you can see the city as if you're looking at a beautiful painting in front of your eyes.
I loved Rio, great views, and also having the chance to experience a churrascaria. That is a one-in-a-lifetime experience regarding eating in Brazil.
This is our first Gate 1 trip. I would absolutely recommend Gate 1 to anyone looking for an all-encompassing adventure.
It's a chance to experience 3 different countries. You see totally different geography and landscape. So I'd highly recommend this trip to South America with Gate 1.
This trip to South America, with Gate 1 especially, yes, I would recommend this to everyone. We'll go home and we'll brag about it. It's just been so good.
Gate 1 takes care of you. You're worry-free. You feel like you're pampered, which is nice.
The nice thing about Gate 1, not only do they have terrific itineraries at a good price, the accommodations that they find, I don't know how they do it, but they find these jewels of accommodations. I mean, Barrel Oak, we're sitting right on a beautiful lake with snow-capped Andes in the background, looking out of our hotel window. I didn't want to leave. I just wanted to stay there in the hotel.
The local guides are fantastic because they go into every detail about the history, the vegetation, just everything.
Our guide Alex, or Alejandro, has been wonderful.
Alejandro, incredibly knowledgeable, very caring, and he has a terrific sense of humor. If you don't smile being around Alejandro, you're not awake.
So come and visit South America with Gate 1.
And give us the chance to surprise you with beautiful landscapes, excellent food, and the most friendly people.
Welcome to Oceania. If tropical islands, sun-drenched cities, and laid-back locals are what you're looking for, you've come to the right place. Time for us to touch down in Australia and begin our tour of Oceania. We'll need snorkels and flippers to enjoy Australia's amazing Great Barrier Reef, which is so big and beautiful it can even be seen from space. In Papua New Guinea, we'll hang out with some seriously big bats. The Bulmer's fruit bat was rediscovered in a cave in this country after everyone thought it was extinct. We can see you in the new year in Kiribati, where the clock strikes midnight before anywhere else on Earth. And let's not forget to send postcards to our friends from Vanuatu, where the world's only underwater post office can be found.
Welcome to our ultimate guide to exploring Australia. In this video, we'll take you on a journey through some of the best destinations and activities this incredible country has to offer. Whether you're a first-time visitor or a seasoned traveler, Australia has something for everyone. From stunning beaches and natural wonders to vibrant cities and cultural experiences, there's no shortage of things to see and do. In this video, we'll share with you our 5-day itinerary, which covers some of the most iconic and memorable destinations in Australia. From the bustling city of Sydney to the picturesque Great Ocean Road, we'll take you on a whirlwind tour of this beautiful country. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be inspired by the incredible sights and sounds of Australia. Let's get started. We begin our journey in Sydney, the largest city in Australia. It is known for its iconic landmarks, beautiful beaches, and vibrant culture. It's impossible to see everything in just one day, but we'll give you some suggestions to help you make the most of your time here. First up, head to the Sydney Opera House. This world-famous landmark is an architectural masterpiece and offers stunning views of the harbour. Take a guided tour to learn about the history and design of this iconic building, or simply admire it from the outside. Next, make your way to the nearby Royal Botanic Garden. This tranquil green space is home to a wide variety of plants and wildlife, and offers some of the best views of the harbour and city skyline. Take a stroll through the gardens and enjoy the peaceful surroundings. For lunch, head to the historic area of the Rocks. This charming neighbourhood is filled with boutique shops, galleries, and cafes, and offers a glimpse into Sydney's colonial past. Sample some of the local cuisine and soak up the atmosphere of this unique area. In the afternoon, head to Bondi Beach. This world-famous beach is a must-visit destination for any traveller to Sydney. Take a dip in the ocean or simply relax on the sand and soak up the sun. If you have time, take a coastal walk from Bondi to Coogee. This scenic route offers breathtaking views of the ocean and takes you past several other beautiful beaches and parks. Finally, end your day with a visit to the Sydney Harbour Bridge. This iconic landmark is a feat of engineering and offers some of the best views of the city. Climb to the top for a thrilling experience, or simply enjoy the view from below. On day 2, we recommend heading to the Blue Mountains, just a short train ride from Sydney. Located just a few hours outside of Sydney, the Blue Mountains are a stunning natural wonder that offers breathtaking views and an unforgettable experience. We recommend starting your day early to make the most of your time in the Blue Mountains. Once you arrive in Katoomba, make your way to Echo Point, where you'll find the famous Three Sisters rock formation. This is one of the most popular and iconic attractions in the Blue Mountains, and for good reason. The views from here are absolutely breathtaking, and you'll get some amazing photo opportunities. After soaking up the views at Echo Point, take a short hike down to the base of the Three Sisters, where you can explore the ancient rock formations up close. From there, continue your hike along the Prince Henry Cliff Walk, which will take you through some of the most scenic parts of the Blue Mountains. If you're feeling adventurous, you can also take a ride on the Scenic Skyway or the Scenic Cableway, which offer incredible views of the valley and the mountains from above. For lunch, we recommend stopping by the historic Carrington Hotel in Katoomba, which offers a range of dining options and is a popular destination for visitors to the Blue Mountains. In the afternoon, head to the Wentworth Falls, which is another must-see attraction in the Blue Mountains. The waterfall is a stunning sight to behold, and there are several hiking trails in the area that offer incredible views of the valley and the mountains. Finally, end your day with a visit to the Leura Village, which is a charming town with boutique shops, cafes, and gardens. Take a stroll through the streets and soak up the relaxed atmosphere before making your way back to Sydney. On day 3, fly to Cairns, a tropical paradise in far north Queensland. Cairns is famous for its access to the Great Barrier Reef, one of the world's natural wonders. First up, start your day early and head to the Cairns Esplanade, a beautiful waterfront area that's perfect for a morning walk or jog. Take in the stunning views of Trinity Inlet and the surrounding mountains, and enjoy the fresh sea breeze. After that, make your way to the Cairns Botanic Gardens, where you can explore the lush rainforest, tropical gardens, and collection of plants from all around the world. The gardens are free to enter and open daily from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Next, it's time for some adventure. Head to the Cairns Cable Ski Park, where you can try your hand at wakeboarding, kneeboarding, or water skiing. There are options for all skill levels, so whether you're a beginner or a pro, you're sure to have a blast. After all that excitement, it's time for lunch. Head to the Cairns night markets, which are open from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Here you'll find a wide variety of food stalls serving up everything from seafood to Asian cuisine. In the afternoon, it's time to explore the Great Barrier Reef. Join a half-day tour to snorkel or dive in the world-renowned reef, or take a scenic flight over the reef for an unforgettable experience. Finally, end your day with a stroll through the Cairns Marina, where you can admire the stunning boats and yachts, and enjoy a beautiful sunset over the water. On day 4, we recommend taking a flight to Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock. This iconic rock formation is one of Australia's most recognisable landmarks, and is sacred to the indigenous Anangu people. Now, you might think that a day is not enough to explore Uluru, but we'll show you how to make the most of your time here. First things first, make sure to start your day early, so you have enough time to explore this magnificent place. We recommend getting to Uluru before sunrise, so you can experience the magical moment when the sun rises over the rock. There are a few options for sunrise viewing, but the most popular spot is the Talanguru Nyaku lookout. From here, you'll have a panoramic view of Uluru as the sun rises in the background, creating a beautiful and unforgettable sight. After the sunrise, head over to the Uluru Kata Tuta Cultural Centre, where you can learn about the history and culture of the local Anangu people. The centre has a range of interactive exhibits, including traditional stories, artwork, and artifacts. From the cultural centre, it's time to start exploring Uluru up close. There's a 10.6 kilometres base walk around the rock, which takes around 3 to 4 hours to complete. This walk is the best way to appreciate the size and majesty of Uluru, as well as the many unique features that make it so special. Along the walk, you'll see beautiful waterholes, rock art sites, and other natural wonders. Make sure to take plenty of water, sunscreen, and wear comfortable shoes, as it can get quite hot and dusty. Finally, as the day draws to a close, head over to the sunset viewing area to watch the rock change color as the sun sets behind it. This is another magical moment that you don't want to miss, so make sure you get there early to secure a good spot. On the final day of our itinerary, we head to Melbourne, the cultural capital of Australia. First up, start your day in the city centre. Take a stroll through the iconic laneways and alleys, which are filled with street art, cafes, and boutique shops. Some of our favourites include Hosier Lane, AC Adisi Lane, and De Graves Street. Next, head to the Queen Victoria Market, which is a bustling market with fresh produce, artisanal goods, and souvenirs. Take your time to browse the stalls and grab some snacks for later. Afterwards, make your way to the Eureka Sky Deck, which is the tallest observation deck in the Southern Hemisphere. From here, you'll get breathtaking 360-degree views of the city skyline and beyond. For lunch, head to the iconic Flinders Street Station and cross the street to Federation Square. This is a cultural hub of Melbourne, and there are plenty of cafes and restaurants to choose from. Alternatively, you can grab some snacks from the nearby food trucks and enjoy a picnic in the square. After lunch, take a tram to St Kilda, a beachside suburb of Melbourne. Take a walk along the beach and the scenic St Kilda Pier, which offers great views of the city skyline. You can also check out the famous Luna Park amusement park, or visit the St Kilda Botanical Gardens. Finally, end your day with a drink at one of Melbourne's famous rooftop bars. Some of our favourites include Rooftop at QT, Naked in the Sky, and Madame Brussels. Here, you can enjoy a drink and soak up the city skyline as the sun sets. And that's a wrap on our 5-day itinerary for exploring Australia. We hope you've enjoyed this video, and that it's given you some inspiration for your own adventure down under. We hope you've seen that Australia is truly a unique and incredible country, with so much to explore and discover. So, whether you're looking for adventure, relaxation, or a little bit of both, Australia has something for everyone. We hope this has given you a taste of what's on offer.